Eric Bischoff. As we know, guys, the AEW collision ratings are absolutely down the toilet. We know this. We talked about it yesterday. It's just a disaster waiting to happen. I say waiting to happen. I think it's already happened. We knew the ratings would go down the toilet due to the fact it's on a Saturday, and just due to the fact that AEW is not very good. I'm not saying if WWE put a new show on a Saturday, it would do great, but it would do better, but it would still be affected by the fact it's on a Saturday. Like, pay-per-view should be only on a Saturday. Because a pay-per-view is an event people can sit in and watch. It's like once a month, or like, even though these days you probably get a Saturday pay-per-view like once every couple of months, whether it be, AEW or a WWE thing, so it's easier to commit to that. But actually committing to sitting in every Saturday and watching wrestling, I will say this, most people who watch wrestling have no lives and would not go out on a Saturday, so I can understand that element of it. But at the same time, yeah, this concept was always going to be flawed from the beginning. But yes, today's video we are looking at Eric Bischoff's comments on AEW's Collision viewership's decline since the show's debut. And this is a wee article by Aaron Rift. And it says, during his Strictly Business podcast, Eric Bischoff commented on AEW's Collision's viewership decline since the show's debut. And I quote, "I wouldn't worry about it too much if I was Tony. It's the 4th of July weekend. There's just not a lot of people sitting around watching television over the 4th of July weekend. At least not as many as there normally are. That's one factor. When I say I wouldn't be concerned, I would be aware. I wouldn't be panicking. It wouldn't keep me up at night, but I would definitely be aware because 452,000 viewers, 452,000 viewers, that's 45% of a drop from their initial episode only 3 weeks ago." End of quote. And that quote is courtesy of WrestlingInc.com. Right. In my opinion, there's numerous things wrong with that. Now, he says he wouldn't be concerned, he wouldn't be panicking, but he'd be aware. You've lost 45% of your audience in 3 weeks. If that isn't a time to be concerned or panicking, man, I don't know what is. And this rating will continue to go down. Eric Bischoff can talk about the 4th of July weekends, right? Which I think might be a decent enough excuse. But what about last week? What about last Saturday? Not this, like that Saturday there, what, the 5th? What day is it? No, not the 5th. What day is the day? The day is Thursday. No, Friday. 7th. So the second of July it was. What about the 25th of June or whatever it was, man? What's the excuse for that show's ratings being absolutely down the toilet? I feel like Bischoff's contradicted himself here. I think it is time to be concerned. You've brought in this new show, hyping up CM Punk, and 3 weeks into it, the ratings have practically halved. Honestly, man, it's like when WWE, right? They did the Fox episode. The debut on Fox, you just knew the ratings were going to nosedive, and it should be a concern. It should be a concern to Fox, because when Fox realise here we're not going to be able to do these ratings consistently, they're going to be like flooding up WWE and demanding a few answers. So, yeah, personally, Eric Bischoff needs to sort himself out here. I feel like he's contradicted himself. I understand what he's coming from. But I think it's beyond. I think you have to panic. He said you wouldn't panic. I get it. Maybe these days wrestling ratings don't matter because wrestling's fucking dead and the ratings are that low. It's not like you're losing 45% of the audience in the Monday Night Wars and you're going for like 10 million to 6 million. But at the same time, troops, still a big issue at hand for teeny can, little brother Scooby Doo.